2009.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Game junkie, Gerard Campbell.
Talking games, gaming technology, gaming consoles as well, gaming devices over at stuff.co.nz on the technology blog. There, Game Junkie NZ on Twitter as well. Gerard Campbell, good morning.
Good morning, Wammo.
And today we are talking about a Wii gaming console, the portable device. It's the Nintendo 3DS.
Yes, it is. That's due out here on Thursday, I believe. And here in my little hand
You've got yourself one.
I've got one. And I don't know whether you can see, but on the top screen you can see the little rotating. I don't know whether you can see the 3D very well, but that's the 3D screen.
For the benefit of those just listening to the audio, yeah, I can see there's a rotating graphic, a rotating kind of logo, and even coming through the Skype, it has a definite 3D effect, but I'm not sure whether or not it's true 3D. What does it look like to you?
Well, it looks pretty good because it is true 3D. I mean, I think the really innovative thing about this is that it's creating a 3D image without the need for those stupid bulky 3D glasses that you have to wear, when you go to the movies.
Yeah.
There are some caveats. You have to be looking directly at it, to get the effect. So if you're playing on the couch and your missus or your mate or whatever was sitting next to you, they wouldn't see that 3D effect. They might see a slight blurred image, but you have to be sitting directly in front of it. And the instruction manual, which is a sizable thing, says they think it should be about 25 to 30 centimeters away from you. So sort of normal, sort of hand length away. So that's the only caveat. And from what I understand, how it does it is that I guess it's almost like those, when we were kids, you had those rulers or those cards that you could sort of bend, and it had that 3D image. It's a similar effect to that it creates a separate images for your left and your right eye, and then just sort of layers of them on top, and one slightly offset, so it creates that image. But it's really impressive. It's impressive that you can get this 3D effect from this glassless technology. And the two games, I've only got two games for it. I've got the perennial people's favourite, probably Nintendogs and Cats.
Yeah.
But Super Street Fighter 4 3D edition.
Huh.
And it's brilliant. The 3D for this one, it doesn't look tacky, like the original 3D movies where they'd throw spears and spears would come at it. The 3D actually looks very impressive on the Super Street Fighter. The 3D the characters are 3D, and parts of the background are too. So they just sort of pop out of the screen. So it's actually visually it's impressive.
Does it enhance the gameplay? I mean, if you were playing it in normal 2D, would you be losing anything?
You certainly can play it in 2D. The 3DS has a little slider button, whether I'll show you here. It has a wee slider button, just where my finger is.
Up the top there, yep.
Up top there, and you can adjust the level of 3D. So if you push it all the way to the bottom, you get no 3D, so it goes back to a 2D image. Or if you push it all the way to top, you get a 3D effect. So, if you're getting sore eyes, because, I think... And they have all the warnings on it that, if you play it, because you are going to be concentrating more, you are going to be focusing more on the screen. And you're like playing the Nintendogs, I felt, when you had to take your dog for the walk, because the dog's walking, some of the 3D got a wee bit blurry, my eyes got a wee bit sore. So I think there were maybe times that you might want to dial the 3D down a wee bit. But I think with, not... Some games are going to look better in 3D than others. I think the Street Fighter looks really good in 3D because it's... it sort of immerses you more into that fighting culture, that fighting scene. But
did your eyes get tired at all? Did you feel a little bit cross-eyed at one point?
Not cross-eyed, but I felt after sort of about 15 minutes playtime, 15 to 20 minutes, that I'd just take a wee break because you are doing something different from what your eyes are used to. You're looking at this. And and I'd found too, it took me a wee bit to sort of find the perfect angle and the perfect place to get that perfect vision. So yeah, I was sort of thinking, I can't see with the 3DS that you'll be doing extended 2-hour sessions looking at it, because I think your eyes will start screaming at you. After that, I think 15 to 20 minute sessions would be good. Have a break, come back, And the 3DS has got some other good, features. It's now got Nintendo calls it a circle pad, but it's actually just like a little analog stick, which will, that will be good. That's good for fighting games and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got 2 cameras on it. They're low res cameras, but it also lets you take photos in 3D. Which is
Really?
pretty cool. Yeah.
Have you experimented with that yet at all?
Yeah, I have, and it's actually really impressive. Again, you have to be sitting square on, and of course, if you transfer the photos from the SD card that's inside, they'll lose that 3D effect. But it's actually quite, it's actually fun to play around with.
So could you take a 3D photo and then send that to someone? Could they see it in 3D, or would you need to view it on a 3DS?
You need to have the 3DS because it's using the the 3D cam photos that use the same deal as the games that like someone sitting next to you wouldn't be able to see the 3D effect, so you have to have things. But it's a pretty impressive thing, and it also comes pre-installed with some augmented reality games. Augmented reality games are the ones which superimposes graphics on real life world. So one of them is called Face Raiders. What it does is it takes a photo of your face and then it superimposes it on these little robot things, and you have to move your 3DS around the room, shooting at these characters. So I mean, it's light entertainment and it's fun, but it actually it sort of shows where the 3DS is going to go. And there is one big caveat probably with the 3DS is that, and because it's using the 3D, is that the battery life isn't as good as previous Nintendo DS's.
Right.
There's been, I haven't drained the battery yet, but it's pretty close. It's sitting on about half. Well, it's almost empty now, and I've probably got about 4.5 to 5 hours out of it.
Not too bad, I suppose. I mean, that's that's a fair chunk of gameplay. That's a long car journey.
It is, yeah, but compared to the previous DS's, it's considerably shorter. Some have noticed that the 3DS comes with a cradle to charge it on, so it's almost, you can put it on a cradle and continue playing. So, but of course, with the 3DS is going to be using more power, so it is going to sort of flatten the battery a lot more. And I think that the games are fairly limited for us at the moment. I know that our launch lineup, especially from Nintendo, is pretty small when it comes out on Thursday, but there are third-party publishers coming out, things like Ubisoft and Activision. Activision of having Star Wars Lego 3, The Clone Wars, coming out on it. And I think, the 3DS will be like the Kinect. It'll gain momentum, as months come on. So I think, you'll get better games coming through as publishers get on board and sort of and test with it. But yeah, it's a really, it's Nintendo innovating again. Here's 3D on a handheld console without the need for glasses, and I'm sure it'll sell gangbusters.
Yet again, Nintendo stays relevant in the gaming landscape. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. Just for it'll certainly be interesting to see how it competes against the Sony NGP, which I think will come out sort of probably that Christmas, New Year sort of period maybe. So the console wars really starting to heat up.
Absolutely. All right. Well, find out more over at stuff.co.nz in the technology section. You'll find the Game Junkie blog. Also on Twitter as well, twitter.com/GameJunkieNZ. See you next week, Gerard.
See you. Bye.